Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Darren. Hope you're all safe and well and are having a good stitchy week. So this is what we're going to be stitching on today. It's my Dragons of the Sabbat pain-free crafts chart. I've already got you zoomed in. So let's see how long of a stitch with me we can do today. I don't know if it's going to be as long as last week. We will try. I'm on a slight tighter schedule today. So Shane's gone with his sister she's getting a tattoo done. And Shane's gone to see about how much it would be to get a tattoo for himself. Which is quite funny because Shane doesn't like needles. He's already got one tattoo. And it was funny enough watching him have that tattoo done. Because as I say, he doesn't like needles at all. I was surprised he had his COVID jabs. Mind you, he told him he didn't like needles when he went in. So they gave him the kiddies needles. But yes, yeah, Shane's gone to see about a tattoo. He doesn't know where he wants it yet. He just wants to find out about it, how much it's going to cost. So, yes. So, where they've gone for the tattoo, it's not that far from where we live. It's about a 15-minute drive, I believe. So, his sister's booked in for 2 hours. But what she wants, she doesn't think it'll take 2 hours. She thinks it'll only take maybe about an hour at the most. So that gives me roughly an hour for doing a stitch along. So we will see how long we can go for. They're going to message me when they're on the way back. Just so I can get the kettle on ready for them so they can have a coffee. Well, a lot of you kind of enjoyed the last stitch with me. I'd say that was a bit longer than normal. I was aiming for the 1.5 hour mark, but obviously I didn't get there. So this one's just going to be a lot of black stitching. But we'll see how far we can get with it. So this week, you're going to be getting 3 videos. So you've already had the update, then you've got this one. And then, so this will be up on Tuesday this week. And then on Thursday, you'll be getting another video. Now the Thursday one is only a quick, short video. It's only about 7 minutes long, I think. But if you watch that, you'll understand what I'm doing for next year with my no new starts. So I'm only taking 23 projects with me next year. Some of them I've already picked out. So the ones I've picked out are mainly the ones that people have gifted me and I have started them. So they're the ones I'm definitely taking through. And then I'm just got to pick the remaining few. Still haven't picked out my pain-free crafts chart yet. I've got my next voucher through. And I haven't picked out what I want yet. There's that many to choose from. But I haven't had one that's just jumped out at me. I'm going to say with my next pain-free crafts piece, I'm just going to get that sent to my home in the UK. Because with me going over there at Christmas, it means it's one less project I have to take with me because there'll be one there waiting. So that's going to be fun. As I said, I might as well send myself some Christmas presents. So, work's going well. I was back on my saw, and then we was off Thursday for our Memorial Day, if you like, for the Queen. And I started on Friday. I was helping one of the other guys out. We had to do some battens. I don't know if you know what those are, long, thin pieces of wood. So we have to go on the splitting saw, so it's one feeds it through and the other one pulls it through at the other end. So I was on there with him, and 3 of the guys didn't turn up for work. So all the guys was there, they were all back at work, they were all in on Wednesday and Tuesday. No, they were all in on Tuesday. One of the lads who was off, the one who ripped his stomach muscles, he was at the physio on Wednesday. But the others were in. And then on Friday, none of them turned up. So there was me and the other guy who were splitting the wood on one saw. And then 2 other guys over the road sorting wood. And the other 3 guys never turned up. So I'm assuming 2 of them will blame it on hospital appointments, because one of them's the guy with a broken hand. He's back at work even though he's got his arm in a, I think you call it a splint. So he's just doing the easy work. And the other guy who was off, the young lad, he apparently has got a stomach cyst or something like that. So apparently it's because he's now a celiac and lactose intolerant, apparently. But if you see the amount of energy drinks he has, funny feeling it's probably to do with that. And the amount of soda. Because he doesn't really eat much at work. So yeah, so he didn't come in either. So I'm assuming they'll put it down to hospital appointments. And then the other guy, who should have been there, he went to pick up one of the other guys, and the other guy's got a new phone, and his phone was on silent. He didn't realise, so he didn't hear the other guy message him to say he was outside. So the other guy just went home, and then turned around and said his car was playing up. He was having car troubles. It's like, really? We all know that you went to pick up this one guy, and then you went straight home. Because I know for a fact why he did it. Because he doesn't like doing the sorting. And he also doesn't like splitting the wood. So he would have thought, well, if this other guy's not coming in, then that means I would have to go on to the sorting, which means he would be left splitting the wood with the other guy. So he went home and then said he had car troubles. It's like, yeah, all right then, whatever. I tell you, a bunch of slackers out there. But the boss won't get, well, the guy who does all the hiring and firing won't get rid of them because he needs the staff. So they are taking the proverbial summer chronic. I said to one of the other guys that they just need to make an example. Get rid of one of them and say it's due to the fact that he has all this time off. And then the others might toe in line a little bit and think, oh, we'd better buckle up a bit, otherwise we're going to lose our jobs as well. But they won't do it because he's too scared that he's not going to have enough staff to do the jobs that need to be done. So it's their own fault. But hey ho, it is what it is. I just keep turning up and doing my job and going home. But I think come next year, I might start looking for another job. It's alright doing the timber yard, it's easy work, but it's monotonous. It's the same thing over and over and over again. Well, it is for me. Normally on my saw, I just do one type of cutting, that's it. All the other saws get different ones. So one day they may be cutting one length, another day they'll be doing something completely different. And me, because my saw's so rubbish and can only do this one that I'm doing, that's all I'm doing day in, day out. And it's getting a bit monotonous now and it's getting boring. Yes, it's easy work, but I was hoping to be out of there by the end of the year anyway. But as my college course cancelled, that's not happening. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet. We'll see when I come back from Christmas break as to whether I want to stay there or not. Oh, as you may remember, my last stitch with me, I said I lost my favourite needle. I found it. So, Shane went shopping with his sister yesterday. It's a terrible thing when they go shopping and he come back with a shelving unit. So I'll put that at the side of where I sit. So I was going through my box that I have my projects in that I put for what I'm working on each week, and I thought, oh, if I take them out of this box, I can put them on the shelf and it'll be easier. So as I entered the box, at the bottom I found 2 needles. One of which was my favourite needle, and then another needle. I was like, oh, okay. But I'm going to say I'm using a Baltic needle one on this one. It's making it go a lot quicker. I was using a John James ones, but as you know, I have trouble threading them. And I thought, well, since I've got Baltic again now, I'm going to use that on here. It's going to make it a lot quicker, because I don't need to end my threads, because I'm doing this the Royal Rose method. So it's just getting pushed over to the side and then cut once it's done. So I don't have to worry about ending my threads, which is ideal. So it's nice and warm here. It's been lovely over the last couple of days. So we've been up to about, I think the highest we got to was 29, which was on Thursday. Friday was 28. Yesterday was 28. And today it's meant to be 27 or 28 today. So it's a really nice day. So yeah, we're definitely warming up now. Spring is here. So the windows are open, so the cats have got the favourite hidey spots, well, sleeping spots on the windowsills. Oops, just did that one. So yeah, but Kitty still, for some reason, keeps going under the covers. I don't know, I had no idea. She's a strange cat. So just put the radiators away, because we definitely don't need those no more. And I hope I called this the right one. Apparently on my update, I didn't watch my update video before I uploaded it. Apparently I called this one Dragons of the Sabbat instead of Tigers of the Sabbat instead of Dragons of the Sabbat. So I probably called it Tigers of the Sabbat when I first started this. I like to call them the incorrect names for the first couple of months. My supersized tiger one I always used to call Tiger of the Heavens. The artist, Mr. Krasny, I always used to call Mr. Crancy, until someone corrected me. So hey, it's a ritual. Now get rid of this one. The best thing with this one is it's all black. All the colours I'll be doing today, it's all black. So it's going to be easier to find out where I'm going. So I do have a couple of questions, I believe. So let's have a look, see what questions we've got. So first one is from CJ Stitchers. Who asks, I'm curious as to know what your definition of no new starts means. Seems floss tubers have their own definition of it. So what's mine? So my definition of no new starts is literally that, no new starts. All I'm going to work on is projects I have already started. So there's will be any projects that I've started before the end of the year. And as I say, I'm only taking 23 projects through to next year. And what will happen there is I will work on projects. If I do complete any of the projects, then I will sub them out with another project that I already have started. It's basically try and get my whip count down a little bit. I've got a couple which are smaller projects, so I may be able to get them finished. So we will see. So yeah, so that's my definition of it. So I'm not one of these like if you finish 2 you get to start a new one or anything like that. I'm literally doing no new start at all. So it's just going to be projects I've worked on. So you should get a fair bit of progress in on the projects that I'm doing. So by rise, each one should get at least maybe a week, no, about 2 weeks worth of work on each one. So 14 days. That should get me hopefully a fair bit of progress. I'm hoping. And one more question. Is my twin brother identical? Nope. No, we're not identical at all. We used to look alike when we was younger. I wouldn't say we were identical, but we used to look very alike when we was younger. We both had blonde hair. He had more of a chubbier face than me, but we were both really skinny, about the same height. I'm just a little bit taller than him. We used to take it in turns. One would be taller than the other, and then the other one would take over, and then the other one would take over. So I ended up being the taller one, just maybe by about an inch. But yeah, we're not identical. He has dark brown hair, whereas mine's fair hair. Well, what little bit of hair I've got is actually grey, but hey, there we go. But yeah, I got fair hair. He got darker hair. He has a full head of hair. I have hardly any. And if you actually look at, it depends. Sometimes you look at my 2 brothers and they look alike. We did it once. We all went out. It's not very often all 3 of us used to go out drinking. We went out once and like a lot of my elder brother's friends were there, and we'd say like which ones are the twins, and they always used to point to my elder brother and my twin brother, which was great. But now when I look at some photos of like me, I was like, God, I look like my elder brother. So yeah, so things seem to have changed. When I spoke to my twin on last Sunday for his birthday, he'd not had a shave. He looked a right scruff, but he reminded me so much of my dad. Because my dad used to be the same. My dad always had like a scruffy looking beard. And yeah, my twin brother looks just like Dad. So I told him that. He didn't like that. Looks like I may have to mute my things. Looks like chat's maybe kicking. Hopefully that was just a one-off question from Kristen, but who knows? I keep forgetting to mute my chat. It was busy as anything earlier on. Everyone was chatting away, and I was like, oh, here we go. But now I'm going to be doing my video, so they all started chatting, and then it went dead. I was like, oh, good. So, we will see. If he keeps pinging, I'll turn it off. So yeah, so to answer your question, no, me and my twin brother are not identical. Well, yeah, when we were at school, the teachers always used to get us mixed up, always. That's why we weren't allowed in the same class together. And the fact that if we were in the same class, I would do all the work. And my brother wouldn't do anything. I used to do his homework and everything for him. Or help him out with his homework, should I say. I never used to do it all. I used to help him out with the homework. I used to help both of them out with the homeworks. Right, next questions. I know I haven't got many questions, so there won't be many. So next one from Sue. It's not really a question, which she says, if you know how Shane acts, when you tell him, if and when you tell him about floss tube, why tell him at all? I suppose it means I can get Stitch with me done every week if I do tell him eventually. Or will we be seeing Shane in on the videos from then on? Yeah, you've probably got no chance of that. Shane doesn't even like talking on the phone. If you've got to phone somebody up, it'll take him ages and ages and ages before he dials the number. In the end, you just take it off him. Give us a year. He doesn't like phoning people up. So, seeing him on a video, yeah, you've probably got no chance. You've got two chances, slim chance and no chance. Yeah, you definitely won't be seeing Shane on a video. Next one is from Dawn. Wants to know how are the kitties like in the width of the arms of the new sofa? Well, they don't lay on them. They can't lay on them. So that's one good thing. They've definitely claimed the spots on the sofa, on the sofas. We've got a 3-seater and a 2-seater for the new sofas. So Kitty has claimed the 2-seater when Shane's not on it. So she's claimed that. Ginger's claimed the 3-seater. And Tiger's claimed the back of the 3-seater so he can look out the window. Now, if you remember seeing the photos I put in, we've got some covers on. Well, no, I told you in my floss tube update. We've got some covers on there. Yeah, these covers are horrible. The ones that you put, it's like all elasticated around it, and you like pull it over your sofa, and then there's these like little foam, well, I call them noodles because they just look like the noodles that you get for the swimming pool, but they're smaller, and you push those down the back behind the cushions, and it's meant to keep it all in place. Yeah, well, it doesn't. They're shocking. So they keep popping up a bit, so then the cats see them, and the cats pull them out and run off with them. But the cats keep sticking to the covers as well. They're really thin covers, so they get caught really quickly. So, yeah, they're horrible covers, so we're definitely getting rid of them. And we'll just get some normal throws, I think. Right, now I'm going to do this the new way. I've seen people doing it to keep them all tidy out of the way. I was on a Zoom chat. Right, I'm going to, excuse me 2 seconds while I just mute these people. I knew they'd do it. Kimberly and Kristen. I'll name and shame you. I'll mute you for an hour. So yeah, it was on Zoom chat last night, and it was a good laugh. There wasn't many in there. There was only 3 of us to start with, and then 2 more joined. And there was one of the ladies in there, Celia, and she's doing the Royal Rose method, and she started doing these where you I don't know if you can see, yeah, a little bit. So I need to finish doing this one yet. So yeah, you put the strand down there, and then it comes up again, and it looks all nice and neat with all your park threads. So I was like, right, I'm going to start doing that. Looks a lot neater. So that's what I'm going to do. I think that's the other question. Oh no, I answered that one. From Kate. I answered that in my update video with regards to how I would change the fabric out if it was a 32 count and I wanted a 25 count or 28. So I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Wow. Not much there. I'm running at 26 minutes and I've run out of questions. It's shocking. Well, Shane's been playing in the garden this morning. So we had a little, if you've ever seen any of the extra videos I've added on to some of my flushers, like Shane the garden, we had the little contraption that Shane was using as a greenhouse kind of thing to grow veggies. Yeah, that's now gone. So that's gone, and he's pulled up all the veggies. Because I'll say we've had that little veggie thingy there for like 2 years, and we've never got any veggies off it. We get a couple of tomatoes if we get to them before the parrots do. A couple of beans, but that's it. So it's gone. So in that place we had a trough of foxgloves, and I've been telling Shane to separate them and transplant them out for ages. Anyway, he decided he was going to put them in this, what was the veggie garden. Yeah, he couldn't separate them. All the roots were all entwined together. He's broke one, so he's just had to try and snap them into bunches the best he can and put them in there. And then he put some lupins. We planted a load of lupin seeds last year, and only 2 have really taken, so he's planted those as well. I was like, well, it's a start. So yeah, and then he was weeding and deadheading the roses. So he was doing all that while I was doing the housework, and another load of washing. I did the washing yesterday, and then he decided he wanted all his, he wanted his work top washing. That's been in the car, and he come in with an armful of washing from the car. So there was like 3 tops, 2 pairs of tracksuit bottoms. I was like, you couldn't have like put all these in earlier on. So yeah, so I ended up doing another full load of washing with just bits and bobs that he found in the car, and then he wanted some other clothes washing. But as it's getting warmer now, we shouldn't need to worry about Shane wearing the work trousers or the tracksuit bottoms, because he'll be wearing his shorts, because in the mornings, well, the last couple of mornings anyway, it's been like 14, 15 degrees in the morning. So he definitely won't need the tracksuit bottoms. But knowing Shane, he probably will. Mind you, saying that this morning, I got up, it was 15 degrees, I think. So I had my shorts and t-shirts on. Shane was sat there with the dressing gown on. And he only got up 15 minutes before me, so he can't say it was cold when he got up. So yeah, he sat there with a dressing gown on. So it's not that cold. So I've noticed it's getting warmer as well because Shane has started sitting outside a lot more in the cat area. And the bugs have started coming in. So the moths and the mozzies. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to be getting bit to death. They expected we was going to get a lot of mozzies this year anyway due to all the floods that we had at the beginning of the year. So I haven't had many in yet, but I'm assuming it's coming. And the fact that we had a lot of rain over on Thursday night. We didn't have that much here. And then on the way to work they were running about all these power cuts and that and flooding. And it's like, oh, it didn't rain that much. Anyway, we only had 6 mils of rain, so not a lot. And one of the places that we have to drive through to get to work, which is only about 15 minutes down the road, they had 144 mils. And then the one just after that had over 300 mils in 24 hours. So they had a landslide, one of the bridges was washed out, they had no electric, and then the power company said it's going to be a couple of days before they can get to put the power back on because they've got to clear the landslip first before they can get through to put the power on. So yeah, so they had it a bit rough. They got to work and they'd not had much rain there either, because normally part of the shed at work floods when it rains because of how the concrete slab is angled. Sometimes the rain comes in if there's a lot of rain, and it was dry as anything inside, so we'd not had much rain at work either. So I've no idea what was going off there. But they are forecasting another El Nino, which means it's going to be a very wet spring and summer. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to go to the UK, and when I come back I'll have to swim home. Well, that reminds me, I got a message from my flight company who I'm flying with to tell me, well, one from the travel agent to tell me that there have been changes to my flight. And I was like, oh no. First of all, I thought it was going to say it was cancelled. And it's like, we've had to change your flight details. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I got another one from the actual company itself saying that unfortunately we've had to make alterations to your flight. To find out what your alterations are, please visit your travel agent, and if you do wish to cancel, then we'll sort out a refund. So I was like, okay, let's see what the changes are. They've changed my flight by 5 minutes. So they brought it forward by 5 minutes for all my legs. So there's 3 legs on the way over to the UK and 2 on the way back, and they brought them forward by 5 minutes. I was like, that it was that serious that they had to send me 2 emails out to tell me that they changed the flights, and it was just for 5 minutes. And I was like, that I can cope with. So I don't mind that at all. At least it means that so far I can still go to the UK, which is only about 10 weeks now, I think. Someone asked me that the other day on Zoom. I think it's about 10 weeks before I go, which I can't beat. Oh, speaking of the UK, I've got a rabbit over in the UK, and his hutch was falling apart. Now, I'm going back maybe 4 months now. I sent my brother some money to buy a new hutch for the rabbit. Now, I don't know if he ordered it in store or online or what, but apparently they didn't have any available. But they will let you know as soon as it comes in. Alright, fair enough. Anyway, time went by and I thought, well, he's not mentioned he's got the rabbit hutch yet, so I messaged him asking if he'd got it. He's like, no, I'm still waiting for it. They're saying it's been delayed because it's made overseas. So they're still waiting for it to come in. No, okay. Anyway, another month or so passed and asked me again. It's like, nah, they keep emailing me saying, oh, I'm sorry for the delay, but we'll get to it as soon as we can. Now, just out of curiosity, the other night, I went onto the website for the pet shop. And it said, online orders only. There was my rabbit hutch. We have 5 available. So click and collect only. Sorry. So 5 available. So I messaged him. I said, what's going on with this rabbit hutch? Oh, I don't know. I'm still waiting for him to let me know when it's in. I said, well, according to this, we've got 5 in the shop. I said, it's click and collect only. Oh, well, I can't get it today. What's that? Right. Well, just make sure that it's ordered and tell him to put it to one side. Oh, I'll give him a ring. Funnily enough, the next day, I've got a rabbit hutch. So I know for a fact the little beggar never ordered the rabbit hutch when I gave him the money. And then has been scrambling around to try and find the money for the rabbit hutch. Once I told him that it was in the shop. I know for a fact that's what he's done. So yeah, so now the rabbit has finally got his new hutch. It's exactly the same as the one he had, just not falling to bits. Yeah, it's very sneaky, my twin brother. Yeah, this poor rabbit's been in this hutch that's fallen to bits for months. When he could have had a brand new one ages ago. I knew I should have just ordered it myself online instead of sending him the money to get it. But never mind. It's done now. Let's go really quickly with this needle. I'll say before I was using the John James ones, so I was either spending all the time, excuse me, trying to thread it, or all the time going through the same hole, or through my same thread, if you like, and getting knotted up. It's great, these ball tip needles. Recommended to anybody. Must have slept a bit awkward last night. My back's a bit sore, so I must have slept funny. I suppose it's done that when you've got a cat sleeping on you as well. Can I make it to the end of this row? Yes. Ooh, hopefully. Just enough thread to finish this stitch. Yep, got it. I really should mark these off so I remember where I'm up to. Kind of helps, doesn't it? I'm assuming we should get a fair few stitches done on this one. Don't know why, but I always seem to do a lot more stitches on my stitch with me than I do when I'm just normally stitching. still in view, which is even better. I'm doing well. I really need to move that needle minder down the bottom. I keep catching it. Get it moved out of the way. It's a little donkey. Don't know if you can see that. A little donkey. From JK's. Always, when you order anything from JK's, you always get a needle minder. And that was the one that came the other week. So I thought I'll put it on this one to keep the threads out of the way, but I keep getting my thread wrapped around it. So where I'm up to now is the end of page 1. I think I've got another 2 pages to go before I hit a dragon. As I say, Sarah Payne. Another pain-free grass. She's doing this one as well, and she's flying through it. She's about halfway through the first dragon. It looks really, really good. So I can't wait to start getting onto the dragons. But that may be a while yet. Especially seeing as this isn't one of the ones that I have automatically picked to go through to next year. It may be a long time before we see a dragon appearing on this one. So once I've got all my projects sorted out for next year, I'm going to do like a little mini parade to show you what I'm taking through. And all the others will just be put away until I finish a project, and then I'll go through and dig another one out. But I'm hoping, as I say, it's going to get me a couple of finishes next year. I'm hoping. Again, one, it depends on which projects get picked and how big they are, and how much I've got completed on them already. I've been playing around with that app you can get on your phone called Stitch Pal or something like that, where you put your project in and how many stitches you've done. It kind of gives you a rough estimate as to how long you've got left stitching. And apparently I can finish my Super-Sized Tiger Family of the Jungle in 2 years if I stitch. I think it's just something like 800 stitches a day. But yeah, that's not happening. Mind you, that one's not up to date yet. I've still got to put some more stitches on that one. So that might bring it down a little bit more. And apparently the one for my brother, the Woodland Christmas, they're the only 2 I've put in there so far. That one I should be able to get finished by Christmas Day in 2024. I have to stitch something like 400 stitches a day or something like that. I thought, okay. I want to try and get it finished by then anyway. Well, preferably before Christmas Day. So I can send it off to him by the end of 2024. But we will see how we go on that one. And then after that one, it's slowly working on the Whitetail Winter one, the piece from the Cross Stitch Studio, because this other one is picked. I think that one might take a little bit longer. I've just got this strand here. "45 minutes already, that's gone pretty quick." So when Shane gets back from the tattoo parlour, apparently he's cutting the grass. He said to me, I can cut the grass if I want to. I was like, no, that's your job. I do the housework, I do the washing, you cut the grass. Not like he has much to do. Oh, he went out and bought it's called a crock pot. It's like a big steamer. Anyway, it came with a recipe book. Just mark these. It came with a recipe book. And one of the recipes was for a risotto. Mushroom risotto, I think it was. And he made that last night. And I enjoyed it. He wasn't a big fan of it because it had Stilton cheese that you have to mix through at the end, melted through. There's Stilton cheese and Parmesan melted through it. And I liked it, it was really nice. But he wasn't too keen on it because he could taste the Stilton. He's never had Stilton before, doesn't know what it tastes like, but he could taste the Stilton. He said, it tastes like sweaty socks. And now that'll be the Parmesan cheese, Shane, not the Stilton. So I think it's because it's the blue vein cheese. He's not keen on it. So he just made up any excuse not to eat it. But I really enjoyed it, it was really nice. So yeah, he's got all these things that you can do in this crock pot. You can make cakes in it and stews and everything. So he's on about doing a cheesecake in it next. I was like, okay, we'll see how that one goes. It did, the first day he got it, he did some potatoes in there. He was doing them for mashed potatoes, but we ended up just having them whole anyway. But normally, I mean, for your potatoes, it takes about 20 minutes. For you doing it in the pan, it took like 9 minutes. And they turned out really soft and fluffy. It was like, cool, you can do them in there again. Yes, it's terrible when Shane goes shopping. He comes back with things that you don't need. Even when he's not even going for anything, he comes back with stuff he doesn't need. He went to the shop yesterday to get some bits and bobs to do this risotto. And I was like, right, we need this, this and this. All of what he should have got, I wouldn't have thought would have costed much. Yeah, he spent over $30. It's like on like 7 things. It's like, holy crap. But the recipe called for 6 cups of rice. So Shane bought 2 kilos of rice. 2 1-kilo bags. He's like, how much rice did you want to buy? He said, well, it says 6 cups. I said, that'd be like half a bag at the most. Oh, well, I wanted to make sure I had enough. Fair enough, but you don't need 2 kilos of rice, that's for sure. So now we've got plenty of rice. But yeah, it was a very nice, the risotto. So he's on about doing it again at some point, but maybe changing the cheeses out. I was like, okay. So we'll see. Keep catching this strand here. Keep pulling it through. Yeah, so it turned out very nice. I enjoyed it. Excuse me while I just have a quick drink of coffee. I'm going to apologise on here as well. If anyone from like the UK area time zone was trying to join my Zoom last night, apparently when I posted it in the Facebook page, it started showing up after, well, a couple of people only saw it after the Zoom had finished. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it was Facebook or what. So yeah, so a couple of people didn't see it at all until after the Zoom. So that's probably why there was only a couple of people in there. So I'm going to look into that for when I post the next Zoom up. There will be going one up this week for Sunday for people in the US area time zones. Or if you're up. So there'll be one going in then for next Sunday, so I'll post that up probably Tuesday. I'll have to send emails out as well to some people. I keep forgetting to send the emails out. There was a couple of people who used to message me for the email, for me to let them know when we was doing the Zooms, and I keep forgetting to email them. So I'm going to have to do that as well. Oh yeah, like I say, if you've never been in the Zooms before, really should give them a try. Like I say, last night's one, there was someone on there, first time they'd been in a Zoom, never done it before. And as far as I'm aware, she had a good time. We had a good laugh. We were trying to enable her to start some more projects. She's a one-person project, one-project person, and she's got 15 others kitted up, so we were all trying to persuade her to start more. Don't know if she did or not. But yeah, she seemed to enjoy herself by the end of it. So if you've never been in the Zooms before, feel free to join in. Like I say, they are good fun. We always seem to have a laugh. So, and as I've always said, you don't have to talk. You can mute your microphone. You don't even have to have your video on. You can turn the video off. Some people do that. They just listen and stitch. And then when they feel comfortable, they might start speaking. But there's no pressure to come in and talk. So if you've never tried a Zoom before, feel free to join in any time if you want a good laugh. Depending on who's in there, depends on how rowdy it gets and how funny it is. But yeah, we always have a laugh in the Zooms. Don't think there's ever been one Zoom when we've not had a laugh yet. So they are good. Now, I'll also ask as well if I can figure it out on how to open the Zoom room so it's just left open for anyone to just come in and go when they want to. Would that be anything that you guys would be interested in, or would you just prefer it if I just set up the Zooms for specific like days? Because I know I can't always get a Zoom done. Life happens and everything. But if I just leave the room open for people to come and go, would you guys be interested in that, or would you prefer me just to set them up as and when? Just let me know. It's just putting the feelers out there. And if enough people want it just leaving it open all the time, then I'll leave it open. I think you have to reset it every day or something. I'm not 100% sure. Just highlighting what I've done. It won't be 2 seconds. No, I haven't done that part yet. Get off. I haven't done that bit yet. So anything with the page breaks on pattern keeper. You're not clicking buttons that you didn't mean to click because it splits it up. There we go. Oh yeah, 55 minutes. Right, I'll tell you what, I'll leave it there because I know they're probably going to be on the way back soon. Because as I say, it wasn't a big tattoo that Shane sister was getting done. We're almost at an hour, so we'll leave it there for now. So we've done 292 stitches. That's not bad going. So we've now done 1,690 stitches out of 604,000. And I'm at 0.28%. This is going to take a while. So I'm going to leave it there then, guys. So again, thank you very much for stopping by and watching. Again, if you've got any questions or comments, then please feel free to drop those down below. Or you can always email me at my email address, which is dizzystitcher@gmail.com. Or I am on Instagram under Dizzy Stitcher as well. You can message me in there. And again, on the Facebook page, Dizzy's Stitches, if you're not already a member on that, join there and you can message me on there as well. So, again guys, thank you very much for watching. And until next video, as I say, you will get an extra one this week, probably on Thursday. I say it's only a short one. And then I'll do my update next weekend. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, happy stitching, and bye-bye for now.